Hey cloud gamers, and welcome to the Cloud Gaming Stream channel, your destination for all things cloud gaming. With xCloud PC beta getting more stable, we thought we'd dive in and have a look at Destiny 2 across Stadia, xCloud, Boosteroid and GeForce NOW, all running through the Chrome browser on a Mac. Starting with the infamous speed test here then, Stadia still the speed king here, into the game at 133, just under 134 seconds, which was actually faster than most of the others got to the menu screen. Boosteroid is second here, just ahead of GeForce NOW at 224 for Boosteroid and 225 for GeForce NOW, with xCloud far behind then at 314, still on that Xbox One S architecture, so it'll be very interesting to see when they upgrade that hardware just how much quicker it becomes. So let's dive into the comparison here then. As we freeze frame as we first come in, we do have some different time of day effects in play, but we do straight away see some very big differences between each of the platforms here. Although this is a 1080 res, these were recorded at 1440 so that we can get the best resolution available. And although xCloud seemed to have the slightly better quality on the trees there, on the freeze frame, as soon as we start moving around, we start seeing that pixelation. And GeForce NOW here was having a bit of an issue with a bit of stutter to begin with, but it did then even out. This is running on Chrome on a Mac, by the way. This was running on the Macbook Pro 2019, and there was something very strange occurring on Stadia, which I'll come on to later. As we switch to xCloud full screen then, we can see that from that day one it's improved massively. The lag has pretty much gone away. There is still a very minor amount of input lag, but quality wise it's looking so much better here. Apart from that initial load time, the load times aren't too bad in the Planet, and the graphics wise is very good. However, it is worth noting that xCloud does not keyboard and mouse right now, so you have to have a compatible controller. And I was using the PS4 controller wired here. GeForce NOW then, looking much clearer. Still get a little bit of stutter in the Mac browser here, but generally the input was absolutely fine. Worth noting for GeForce NOW that a controller is not supported, so keyboard and mouse is your only option here if you're playing in the browser, so do bear that in mind. As we switch over to Stadia full screen then, we can see that we've got nice clear graphics. No pixelation here and no input lag. Stadia does support both controller and keyboard and mouse here. A little bit of stutter you see here is from the recording. The weird thing that I found with Stadia is that it is now uncapped on Mac. Previously, even if your VP9 hardware was not supported, i.e. on Macs, you can now enable up to 4K, but beware that the Macs do struggle. As we switch over to Boosteroid, for some reason this looks the cleanest to me. I know it's the PC version, and also this does support mouse and keyboard as well as the controller. It just felt a lot more fluid, and looking at the graphics it just seemed a bit cleaner. As we come back side by side with a bit of action going on, this is where I think, although contrast wise Boosteroid is definitely darker, it does just look a lot cleaner and sharper. xCloud really struggled a bit in some of the heavy scenes here, moving around. We get a bit of that pixelation again. Stadia and GeForce NOW performing okay, but again with a little bit of stutter here and there. On Mac it definitely seems to struggle a bit more with the heavy scenes, even though it shouldn't be using the GPU. It seems to be pushing the CPU for some of that decoding. We switch back to GeForce NOW as we just go through them quite quickly just to see those differences once again. We see that little bit of stutter as we're moving around, but generally looking pretty clear. Back to Stadia, once again we can see some dynamic resolution in play. Definitely see the resolution dropping a bit in some of these gunfights, but still keeping that frames per second up and being very smooth. Nowhere near as much of the stutter moving around here, so that dynamic res really working out. Boosteroid to finish off then, and we can see those graphics much cleaner. It definitely seems to hold a higher frames per second and also a little bit higher graphics fidelity, but there is a cost to that experience. So as we show the last bit here of the gunplay all side by side, let us know in the comments below which one you think looks best and feels the best here. The biggest difference here though to bear in mind is the price tag. You can play Stadia completely free of charge with no usage limits for Destiny 2, as that is now free to play on the platform, and the free tier is 100% free if you can get past the payment card option, which we do have a video for on the channel. xCloud, you will need to be part of the Ultimate subscription to be able to use the xCloud portion, which is currently £11 in the UK or $13 in the US a month, but you can also purchase that up front for discounts if you look around. GeForce Now does have a free tier, but that is limited to 1 hour. Otherwise, you will need to purchase the priority membership if you haven't already at £10 per month. And Boosteroid is also £10 a month or £50 for the year if you purchase up front. And it's worth mentioning that GeForce Now is $100 or £100 up front if you do want a bit of a discount. Destiny 2 being free to play across all the platforms now, it is definitely worth having a look. Let us know in the comments below what you think of Destiny 2 and this comparison. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things cloud gaming, and we will see you next time.